Hi guys and welcome to the 14-day, swallowing that butter, 14-day keto challenge. So from tomorrow, I'm starting the 14-day keto challenge. The butter was just to show you what I can enjoy over the next 14 days. But basically, so I've been staying the same the last 4 weeks. So what I'm going to do is kickstart my nutrition and diet plan by doing a keto challenge. For those of you who don't know keto, never heard of keto, it's basically a very, very low carb diet, but also kickstarts your diet into something called ketosis. So instead of your body and your internal organs, and most importantly your brain running on sugar and carbohydrates, your brain and your whole body will work on fat. So it's completely changing the engine inside on how our body runs. So there is some pros and there is some cons to it, but the most important thing is it's just completely different to what I've been doing over the last couple of months. So as we all know, a little bit of change is great for us. So what I'd like to do today is just to go through what I'm doing to prepare for keto. So I've got a couple of foods in front of me that I've got in. I'm going shopping to Aldi for tomorrow, and I'm going to be going through my shopping list ready for tomorrow. Hi Sharon, hi Jennifer, hi Vanessa, hi Stace, welcome to the live video. If you've got any questions, if you've got any comments, have you done keto? Are you on it now? What are your best points and what were your worst points of keto? So I'm going to go through the shopping list and then I'll point out some of the things I've got over here. So overall, the best foods for keto are those things that have 3 grams of carbs per 100 grams. Therefore, 3% or lower are best. And good things are between 3 and 6% carbs. So that's what you're looking for when you are looking on products. Obviously, things like eggs, coconut oil, and as something I can still taste in my mouth, butter, are all 0 carbs. So those sorts of things you don't need to be too careful about. I'm going to talk a little bit about calories in a moment, but those sorts of foods, and obviously olive oil, you don't need to worry too much about. So let's go through the produce area when we're on our shopping list. So things like lettuce are best when it comes to produce. Also greens such as spinach, asparagus, avocados. Now avocados are 75% fat, so I haven't got any avocados yet, but this is the ratio we're looking for. So our overall diet should be 75% fat, 20% protein and 5% carbs. So that's the rough. So this is why a lot of people on keto eat so much avocado, because not only is it full of good fats, but also it's got automatically the ratio that you should be eating to when it comes to keto. The other vegetables are celery, aubergine, which I do a lovely, they have this a lot in Egypt, deep fried aubergine. So I'm looking forward to having a little bit of that for breakfast. Also mushrooms and tomatoes are in the best section. In the good section, so this is between 3 and 6%, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, cucumber, green beans, snap peas, blackberries and raspberries. So those are the only 2 fruits on this list, guys. So blackberries and raspberries. Because blackberries, you get them too much in your teeth, I think I'm just going to stick to raspberries. Let's move on to meat, fish and seafood. So beef, chicken, game, lamb, pork, veal. So basically all the different sorts of meat. Bacon, organ meat, sausage. Now things like sausage, you'd have to be careful that it's not over processed, because a lot of really processed meats and things have got added carbohydrates. So again, look at the label to make sure it's a high meat one or high fat one. Fatty fish and white fish, so things like salmon and shrimps, crab, lobster, mussels, shrimps, squid. Right, deli counter, the best for this section are sliced chicken, corned beef, ham, roast beef, turkey. Again, you need to be really careful that they haven't had anything added to it, because a lot of these chicken, like the chicken breasts that you can buy with the skin on that are pre-cooked, a lot of them have got a little bit of brown sugar on. That's why these taste so nice. You have to be really careful when you're buying pre-prepared meats. And good, so this is between 3 and 6%, is sliced cheese. So again, you need to be really careful with the carbohydrate. I haven't got any cheese here, but a lot of people, when they think of keto or Atkins, as it used to be when it used to be really like 0 carbs, people used to eat loads of cheese. The problem with cheese is it naturally has got in carbohydrates, so you need to be really careful with that. And talking of dairy, the best is, as we said, butter or ghee. Double cream is also up there, so I can't wait to have scrambled eggs with double cream. Soft cheeses, or softer cheeses, such as mozzarella, brie, cream cheese, goat's cheese, and Swiss cheese, and also eggs is up there as well. So eggs is one of the main staples, and if you listen to any doctors, what's the maximum amount of eggs you should have a day? It's 36, guys. So don't worry about eating too much eggs, because they're full of good fats. And then when it comes to dairy, harder cheeses such as mozzarella, cheddar cheese, they're in the good section, so that you have to be careful you don't have too much. And then things like creme fraiche, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, ricotta, sour cream, again, they are a little bit higher in carbs. And also whole milk, although it's obviously got the fat in there, it has still got a lot of carbohydrates. So I won't be buying any milk tomorrow. I don't really need it because I'm having a bit of cream. And the rest of the store, the great things, as we said, are avocado, coconut oil, which we've got nut oil. So as I said, I've got my rapeseed oil here, and I've also got some olive oil, which is great, which will be nice on little bits of greeny salad. Also, you could also try some duck fat or lard if you fancy a little bit of that. I'm not going to go for that because I've got my coconut oil. I'm not happy with that. I like that. Canned fish. So I've got my tin of tuna over here. Hot sauce, mayonnaise, mustard, vinegar. Again, these things can be really processed. So as well as going keto, I'm trying to keep to my holistic bubble as well and try to have things that are not over-processed and are naturally occurring. Dried herbs are fine as well. Pork rind. So I'm going to get some pork scratchings tomorrow. I will be checking on the variety to see the quality of the pork scratchings. Obviously, if they're high in fat and low in carbs, then they're fine. But I'll definitely get one piece to try. And then when it comes to things like drinks, it's really important to have lots of water. Because obviously your body can slow down, your digestive system can slow down, and people can get constipation. So it's really important to make sure you're drinking enough water and salt. So I'll be having pink Himalayan salt. Some people add a little bit of salt. I'll just show you. I'm not telling you things that I wouldn't do myself. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of pink salt into that water. And just having a little bit of water. This is sparkling water, that's why it's fizzing up. So just having a little bit of salted water. It's not nice. But for health, it is important to make sure you get your salt. Obviously, if you like salt in your food, then fine. Oh, let me swallow. And then also... moving on our list. Oh yeah, we're talking about drinks. Now you can have tea and coffee with a tiny little bit of milk. However, because I've been spending the last few months trying to get myself off tea and coffee, caffeine, but also again these are highly processed products, I'm not going to reintroduce those. So if you wanted to add some of those, you could. Also the general guidance on keto is about alcohol, and if you are going to have some alcohol, I haven't got any red wine, but red wine is the best to have, and obviously you need to make sure you don't overdo it. That's actually Prosecco, but a bit of red wine wouldn't go too far amiss. And if you did really want something sweet, the best thing to have when you're on keto is a little bit of really high quality dark chocolate. So that could be a treat if you really did fancy it. And again, so as I said, with things like eggs and butter and coconut oil, you don't really need to count. But what you do need to count is your carb count. So this is where having a little treat, like a little bit of chocolate or a little bit of red wine, you do need to be really careful. Also, things like nuts. So I've got nuts here, I've got seeds, I've got chia seeds. Now, although these, again, they're associated with keto, they do contain quite a lot of carbohydrates. So especially peanuts. There are some macadamia nuts, which are the lowest. I'll be getting some of those tomorrow. But they still contain carbs. So again, you can't eat an unlimited amount of nuts. You've just got to have a little bit. So what I'm going to be doing, guys, on my keto 14-day, because I want weight loss. Now, this 14-day challenge, I got it from a website called dietdoctor.com. So dietdoctor.com, they've got a free 14-day keto challenge. And they guarantee that you're going to lose between 3 and 14 pounds in 14 days. I'll repeat that again. So they guarantee, dietdoctor.com, that you will lose in 14 days between 3 and 14 pounds in 14 days. Okay, so obviously I'm going for the roof. I'm going to go for 14 pounds in 14 days. Now, because I'm eating quite a healthy diet anyway, obviously if you're having a lot of carbs and eating a lot of crap right now, you definitely lose that stone in the 14 days because you're literally going on a detox. Because I'm eating quite healthily anyway, what I'm going to do is to track my keto foods within MyFitnessPal and not go overboard. So as you know, with keto generally, you don't calorie count, you don't have to watch, you just eat enough that you feel satisfied. Not full, but just satisfied. So what I'm going to do is be combining it, not overdoing it, my portions, but I'm really looking forward to having things like 5 eggs cooked in real butter. I'm really looking forward to that. Maybe a little bit of raw spinach on the side. So I'm really excited about that. I've seen also people doing keto. They do some intermittent fasting as well as within the keto program as well. And some people have reported because these healthy fats, like the butter, just make you feel so satisfied and so full. Actually, sometimes people only eat 1 meal a day, 2 meals a day. So it's really important to listen to your body. And hopefully, because I'm doing it like this, and as I said, I'm going to be drinking lots of water, I won't have keto flu or other side effects that you can get with keto. So I will be blogging for the next 14 days and I'll be keeping you updated exactly what I'm cooking, how I'm feeling. So I'm really excited to do this, guys. As I said, if you've tried keto before, leave your top tips. Tell me your favourite bits, your worst bits about keto. And I'm not going to be too adventurous as well. I've been on a lot of keto websites with all different recipes and stuff. And there's all lots of things you can do about wrapping asparagus with bacon and putting nice cheese and stuff like that. I'm not going to go too much onto that side and keep it nice and simple, nice and quick and easy. And I'm really looking forward to it. As I said, the eggs and the coconut oil, things like that are really going to work for me. A little few asterisks for those of you who are thinking about trying it. If you're a diabetic type 1, then you shouldn't try this. If you inject insulin, then you shouldn't try keto without professional advice first. And then also, if you're a carbohydrate type, so if these things in front of me don't turn you on, if you don't like the fact of eating butter, then keto again is probably not for you, because you've got to like this food, because it is a lifestyle rather than a little quick diet. And as I said, if you love eating eggs, if you like the idea of having some nuts, some nice oils, things like that, then keto may be your saviour. Right, that's it, guys, for today. To follow my journey, go to jodybunting.com and subscribe to my mailing list. I will be updating, because as I said, I will be blogging every single day for the next 14 days, starting tomorrow with my full shopping list. Happy Sunday, guys. Thank you for joining me. Keto out. And I will do it one more time. I've had the salt water again, so let's have a bit more butter. All right.